Yo, what it is, what it ain't, what it could be. It is your boy Kid Poetry. If you ain't know, it's me.
It's your girl Wildflower of UGS Music, and this is
He Said, She Said. And we are back again, you know what I mean? We gonna continue giving you the heat, motherfuckers, until y'all are fed up, because it's hot as shit outside.
It really is.
And I'm fed up now.
It's cold in here, but it's definitely hot outside.
Yeah, they trying to get us with the hypothermia shit, but my melanin is too popping for that. We're not going for it. But
melanin has anything to do with that, but
no, but we gonna throw that in there somehow, some way.
Okay. Well, you guys, happy Monday or whatever like that. Now I know that our uploads have really been all over the place because of me. I am sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she had a birthday. So
I did have a birthday. Thank you. And thank you so much. My birthday was on Sunday. And so as I've mentioned before, I was changing the editing process, and so that plus just life and just being tired. So sorry, but we're gonna get it together, you guys. We're still pretty new. We've been
just
doing
rock
good.
With us.
Good job being consistent for the most part.
Yeah,
so,
I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, so today we are going to start off with a good old music question.
You know.
Okay, and that question is, what artists of today do you think will have longevity? Like whenever we, have kids or whatever, that age you might be when they're like 7 or 8 or whatever like that.
Okay, 7 or 8.
Who's still gonna be around? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think from now we will still be listening to or still be relevant in some way back or in the future?
It's funny, before like in pre-production I had a couple of answers, but now that I think about it,
it's hard.
Cops locking you, some of y'all niggas up. Like, like they coming to get some of y'all, so I don't know
you stupid.
if y'all will be around in
can't.
the next 10 years where you might just get back out. You know what I mean? So shit, that's a really good question.
It's a really good one. The first name that comes to mind.
Are we only doing hip hop artists?
No, anything. My first thing that comes to mind is 2 names. Okay. Her.
Yeah.
Because just the type of music that she sings and her whole image and everything is very, I feel like
a lot of musicianship.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just, going to stand the test of time. I feel like an artist like Doja Cat probably can too, because she has so many different styles and she's so adjustable that, if, society does this thing where like we shift and most people are into this now and, trends.
Yeah,
she can kind of adjust to the trends because she just has so many styles. So I do think that
she's like
she'll probably be around.
Like a concept artist. But also, like, what do they call an actor? Method actor. Like, she can embody, like, a certain, like, time period and stuff, like,
all of that.
The same way, like, Bruno Mars can do stuff like that.
And exactly. And because, like, he is young. He's of today, but the music and the sound is really, like, an old school thing.
Yeah. He can give you that. He can come to today. He can take you into his world. So, a lot of those artists that can do that, bring you into their world, I think
there's a lot of things about Bruno Mars that keeps him on top and enables him to pander to black people, but I'm with it. I don't really know, guys. I'm just being stupid.
Who else would I say would stick around?
Obviously Beyonce.
I was gonna say Chloe.
Okay. I'm not mad at that at all. Her and her sister, really, I feel like
they're preparing her to have the next 10 to 15 year run.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
The way we see music transition and change and stuff, I believe that she's in that perfect R&B and pop niche where it's like pop artists get to age. Like Madonna, we get to see Lady Gaga, we get to see all these different people who are in pop music age. So if you get into that realm, they'll allow you to grow and change, because pop music grows and changes as whatever else becomes popular. Yeah. So
that's a good one. Chloe and her sister for sure. Who else do I think? I've named only female artists. I'm trying to think of a male artist. Usher's already doing it.
Yeah. Usher's an old nigga now.
Yeah. I mean, but
no disrespect.
Okay. You know what? Scratch Usher, because he's been doing it when I was little, and like he's kind of coming to an end now. So I do feel like whenever we
think Chris got 10 more in him?
Chris Brown. I do think that Chris is one of the people, probably. Yeah. And it's just
Chris
because people love him.
Range.
Yeah, and people love Chris Brown. He can do no wrong.
Yeah, every time he come back out, like I like that new song that he came out with. I forgot how it goes. But
I don't really like to entertain myself with Chris Brown like anymore, but like definitely like that he's still doing his thing. He's gonna be doing his thing. He's a superstar, and you know what I'm saying. People are gonna keep. He can do no wrong.
Yeah,
he can do no wrong. So he will be around.
I think J. Cole.
Oh yeah,
J. Cole's definitely gonna be around in the next 10 years.
That's a good rapper.
You can't
example.
Kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't kill that one, man. He gonna keep giving y'all hits, man, and dropping introspective shit. I'd say the same for Kendrick, but I feel like in the next 10 years,
he probably just gonna get tired of us.
Yeah. Kendrick's just gonna be done with this shit.
If Kendrick ever stops, it's gonna be his choice.
Yeah, I gave y'all what I came for, and he already got his little cousin. He probably gonna prep his kid. Nah, probably knowing the rap game and shit, he don't want his kids in this shit.
Right. So one thing that I just wanted to say, like on this subject, is so when Lil Uzi first came out, I was watching an interview with him and Ebro, and Ebro was doing his thing and basically trying to embarrass the young people, putting them on, you know, old boom bap beats and shit like that, trying to get them to freestyle, and, you know, really doing his thing like that. And he was asking Uzi questions that I don't think Uzi understood that he was kind of coming at him with these questions, because he was asking him stuff like, what do you think about artists who try to sound like other people? And at that time, my opinion was that Uzi did sound like a few people, and so I believe that Ebro was asking him that to
like condescending.
Exactly. So my whole point of bringing this up on the subject of longevity is that Ebro asked Uzi, does he think he will be around in so many years, whatever like that. And obviously Ebro asked that because he didn't think so. You know what I mean? You could kind of tell in this interview what Ebro was thinking and where he was coming from. And then Uzi like straight up looked at him like, Yes, I do. Like, he was completely unshakingly confident, and he was saying, yes, I'm going to be around. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? And at the time, it just looked like a cocky kid, a cocky young adult. That's what it looked like. But today, Uzi's a man. You know what I'm saying? And it really has been a few, not super long, but it's been years. It's been definitely longer than people thought for an artist like him. It's been longer than people thought for an artist like him with the type of music that he makes.
Uzi's been around some time now.
So it's going to be interesting to see if he can continue that with the type of music that he makes and the image that he has. I'm just very interested to see how long his run is actually going to be. Not that I'm waiting for it. I'm an Uzi fan.
Yeah. I feel like hip hop and rock music, funny enough, are like, I won't say synonymous, but have a lot of similarity. Yeah. But now I feel like hip hop is going into a more punk rock like place. Like,
I feel you. Yes.
You can watch the history of what happened with rock music to see artists. The same thing that's happening in hip hop.
Correlation.
So yeah, we seeing the clothes get tighter. We're seeing, you know what I mean, Wilder we're just having fun. Sometimes these niggas aren't even making sense with what they saying. Like,
Young Thug literally just dropped an album called Punk, where he bought a car to just destroy. I saw him talking about it on the Breakfast Club. You know?
Exactly. I seen him and Gunna doing that shit. That's why the police came and got y'all niggas. I ain't gonna say.
That's funny. They got money to buy cars and destroy them.
Yeah, they was like, all right, time to go get
it. Okay, it's not funny. Hey y'all, we're back. That was our question of the day. We want to know, who do you guys think is going to be around when we all a little wrinkled up? You know, who do you think? Give us your people down there. You know, y'all know what the hell I meant. Okay, so we're gonna move on to something that has been on my heart. You know, just like maybe the past couple days or just. So, you guys know Latto. You know Latto. She just had an album drop in like March, and you know she's been around as a child rapper for a while as well. And
kind of weird, but yeah.
Well, you may have heard about Rennie Rucci as well, and you may have heard about them having some sort of back and forth about the name The Biggest. We ain't even going to touch on that. There's so many more things that we could talk about in this situation than that. And here we go. So, first off, it's so interesting because you got the battle of the biracials in this one here. Like,
oh, shit.
You know, and they
you
do.
You gotta put that in quotes or something.
No, I'm not even trying to be funny. That's what it is. And it's funny because they don't look exactly alike or anything like that. They're both light-skinned biracial girls with long curly hair, but they really do look different. You know what I'm saying? They don't look like they're related or anything. However, when they have the same hair color, and if you glance, you could, you know what I'm saying, mistake one for the other. So anyways, now the interesting thing is, I spoke about Latto here before, so you guys know I am a Latto fan, and I've actually been following Latto's career for a while. You know what I'm saying? I knew about her whenever she was making kid-friendly music, and she was on the Rap Game, like some of you know. Jermaine Dupri had a show called The Rap Game, where he would bring in young artists to become rappers and signing through him. Now, nobody popped through him. Honestly, if she was never on the Rap Game, I still believe she would make it to where she is now, because she just been doing it for so long. And I've been watching.
Really?
I've been following this. You know what I'm saying, through her career. And I
before
watched
the Rap Game.
I don't know if I knew about Latto before or much more before the Rap Game.
Was her name Latto then?
Miss Mulatto was it back then when she was younger. And so we'll talk.
I know she wasn't young on the show, right? Like she was what?
Like 15, 16-ish.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? She still wasn't to where like she could make sexual music as far as her parents were concerned and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, very young child. So this is about Latto and Rennie. I'm just trying to get y'all to understand that I'm a fan of Latto. No matter what I'm about to say after this, like in my comparison, I'm a fan of Latto, and I have been for a long time. Even really when her content was too childish for me, I appreciated the energy, and I appreciated the potential as a child rapper.
You could see it. You could see
I could see it was a star. I did not think she was going to take this whole sexual route, this whole raunchy route that she's taken. Not mad at it, but as somebody who knew her content before she was able to make mature music, I personally thought she was going to just be a little more barred up. And when
it's not profitable.
Exactly. Well, no. If you look as good as she does, it is. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean.
Okay.
When she first started dropping that type of music and stuff like that, and really being a little more sexualized in her image, because now she was an adult. For me, the bars weren't good enough, and I, as a fan, as a supporter, became a little frustrated with her, because I'm like, here you are, all dolled up, looking beautiful, but these bars are whack. I thought that Latto's bars.
At what time?
Her first couple projects before
the Gucci Mane flip and all of that.
I'm about to tell them. Before she dropped Mulatto, things before that one.
Okay.
And so I did kind of feel like her bars were a little weak in that I could only really like a few songs. And even when that project that she dropped with Guwap on it and stuff like that, great production and stuff like that, I didn't think that the bars were there. I thought that it was overshadowed by a lot of sexual content and good beats and energy, but the bars didn't hit for me. There was only a few songs off of that project that I could really, listen to like that.
Got you.
That's Latto. Rennie, I love Rennie too. You know what I'm saying? Because Rennie is from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Rennie is a little bit older than Mulatto. Rennie is different. She did not start off as a child star or anything like that. She started off stripping.
Yeah. And
then she became she started doing modeling. She started doing modeling, and then after that kind of popped off for her, because as you can see, she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So she popped off in modeling, and then she started to rap. And she, I think she dropped her first little song on YouTube, which was a cover.
We gotta talk about that one day. Sorry,
no,
not to get off on a tangent, but it's been so many stripper to rapper, like it's been a stripper to rapper renaissance.
Pipeline, yes.
Yeah,
and we can talk about that.
We're gonna have to bring that up.
We are gonna have a whole female rap breakdown one day.
Oh shit!
Because you
actually
you're hitting on an idea that I just hadn't said yet.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys. So like I said, Rennie Rucci started to pop in the I don't want to say the mainstream, but in whatever her circle is, you know what I'm saying? And then she started to rap. She released Rollin' Peace, which is a cover to Kodak's Rollin' Peace. And that's really how she kind of came into the music, is by doing covers. And so once those start to get traction and stuff like that. Now let me say,
I like that too.
Yeah, I like it too. I like that when you go back and you listen to Rennie, you can definitely see the growth. Okay, because that first song I just mentioned, Rolling Peace, it's kind of mid. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff that she dropped, like, Rennie can rap. She can flow. You know what I'm saying? She goes hard.
And Rennie got like a pretty girl deep voice.
Yes, and I love that. I love women with like deeper voices. Like, I just think it's so
it's like it's like she boss up on bitches. Like,
but see, Mulatto kind of too. Like, they both got that whole thing where they are very feminine looking and very beautiful, but they kind of talk like a hood nigga. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they gave you just a little.
Not even a little. Mulatto talk like a straight thug. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you got big dick.
But you guys, as you can already see, they both started off their careers very differently. One as a child rapper, another started when she was in her adult years, and also as a stripper model type of deal. Two very, very different beginnings to kind of end up not in the same place, because Latto is getting more than Rennie right now, but in the same place, in the sense of you guys are making the same type of music.
Yeah.
The difference is that Latto can be a little bit more melodic. I think maybe she can sing a little better than Rennie or something like that, but that's not a problem. I like the separation.
And isn't Rennie QC?
I don't know.
I felt like she was.
If she is, that's not something that kind of, I don't know, actually. Maybe I'll put, you know how I like to do with the information down here, maybe I'll do a little more research.
QC dropping a ball on that one.
If so, because they have Lakia too, you know what I'm saying? Because they have the City Girls, but we're talking about people who rap for real. Right. So they have Lakia, but I don't really know their roster like that. Maybe, like I said, I'll have to look into that too and try to clarify for us all. But yeah, you guys. One more thing before we wrap up this whole Rennie Latto thing is that Latto's first project on like Apple Music was in 2016. Self-titled back then, Miss Mulatto, and Rennie kind of popped up, as far as I could tell, around like 2018, 2000. You know what I'm saying? A couple years later. That, yeah. So it kind of seems like Latto started, even though she's younger, she started dropping stuff a little sooner. None of that matters, you know what I'm saying, about anything. Mm-hmm. And even the fact that Latto is popping right now still doesn't matter, because Rennie could still pop. Like, some people are really trying to say that, oh, she's trying to get clout by comparing herself to Latto, and I kind of think that that's true too, but that doesn't actually take away that she really is dope. Yeah. And like, while people are trying to compare her to Latto and put her at the lower tier, things change. Just like Latto came up after a long time, Rennie could come up too, because she got what it takes. Everything that Latto has, she has. I'll say one better. I think Rennie rap better than Latto. I just do. It's not much of a difference. I
definitely felt that way at times. But I like both of them.
I like both.
The diss verses, when they diss each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like both of them.
I didn't even listen because they hurt my heart too much. I'm like, you guys, y'all look too much alike. Let me stop.
They were fine.
I bet they were. Mulatto's first biggest song was a diss record. Yeah. So that's actually pretty funny.
That's part of hip hop, though.
Yeah, and then I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. We would much rather you make songs than to act a fool in the street.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to see it too. Like
that happened with Latto too, though. Yeah. Their families got to fighting. It was crazy. Yeah. When they were kids, But yeah, you guys. What do you think? You know what I'm saying?
Who better?
What do you think? Who do you like better? Do you like Rennie better? Do you like Latto better? They really both check off a lot of the same checks. My
nigga.
On the list.
Y'all wouldn't know that thickness at a glance? Come on, y'all would know. Y'all would know Rennie from Latto, bro.
I don't know
but
about
I digress.
That. I don't know about that at a glance. But anyways, that's my segment on the comparison of those two. Like I said, I really like both of them. I really could, live in a world where both of them were popping. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know if both of them will pop at the same time, but I do believe that Rennie is going to pop, because you know how superficial it is. You know what I'm saying? They are a lot alike physically. You know what I'm saying? And not only just physically, even musically, they sing the same type of music. Like I said, it's a few differences that will set them apart and work for them.
True.
But they are just too similar.
What's the difference between them and Bia? And fucking the other girl?
Bia,
it's like 6 of them that are like the same person.
Bia is a very interesting name to throw in there because her lyrics are not as sexually charged. Her image is not, everybody's naked nowadays. But the way that Bia raps is just not as raunchy and sexual, especially if you go into history. It's just an interesting name to throw in there. Maybe you should have chose someone else with a BBL.
I'm not necessarily it is the look too. I think. But
even just content,
like the snatched look, the makeup makes their faces look
Bia
a lot of
an interesting one to bring in there because she's so natural, you know what I'm saying, physically, and again, her content is just not as raunchy as those other two. It's just interesting, and even her come up is a little different. It's different than both of those because as far as I understand, she was taking care of her little sister. And having some family issues and having a lot on her when she was trying to come up, and then she came up on this reality show, and that probably had a couple seasons. But then after
Bia?
Yes, Bia, and then after that she was not on that reality show for a while. She was kind of just, I don't know what the fuck she was doing, but then she popped back up in a song with Russ, and now she's kind of getting her momentum. So.
Well, that's reality. Just what's her name? Rap Game was a reality TV show. It
was, but it was a game show. It was a game show, and that's different from other type of scripted reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a competition show. What Bia was on was not a competition show.
I didn't even know that about Bia.
Yeah. And if I remember
Bia knowledge, I didn't know.
I be looking at interviews. I be watching these shows when they first come out and back then and stuff like that because I'm interested in music and I'm interested in artistry. And when you know a little bit more about an artist, you can understand their content a little more. You probably enjoy it a little more.
Yeah.
So, but that's my information on Bia. Bia has, just so y'all know, she didn't just start doing it when she came out with Rush. Bia has been trying to, be a rapper for a long time. Mm-hmm. She really has. And so, good for her.
Bia stan right here.
Not even. She did her thing and she's starting to pop now.
Bia.
All right. I felt like that segment about Rennie and Lotto was way too long.
It flew off the rails.
You know what I'm saying? And because of him, But now we're about to move on to something that you all love, and that is our segment, What Happened to...
What happened to me?
What happened to you?
What happened to y'all?
What happened to everybody and everything?
What happened to rap groups? In fact, what happened to a specific rap group? We'll get into that. We'll get back into that. But specifically... I wanted to ask y'all about a certain nigga, man. What the fuck happened to Dero? What happened to Dero, man? And some of y'all here, younger than 25, are probably like, who the fuck is Dero?
Right. That part.
Yeah, I've never ever heard of that nigga before. Dero was a Texas rapper. Mm-hmm. Came out in 2009, which is crazy because 2009 is fucking 13 years ago.
Oh, God.
Right? That's crazy enough. But 2009, he came out. I never knew, mm-hmm. but looking up some information, he actually was an independent artist at the time. Mm-hmm. So he never had a deal.
Okay.
Well, he had a publishing deal.
Okay.
With E1. And that's how he was able to get his music onto TV and other things like that. Mm-hmm. But no, just blowing up. He had a very big record for the people who may not be familiar with the name, but you're definitely familiar with Ice Cream Paint Job. Cream on the inside, clean on the outside. Nigga. Duh.
And was that his only big hit, right?
That was the biggest.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Like Rennie would say. But
or Lotto. It just depends on
Rennie would say.
Oh, okay, so pick a side.
But yeah, that was a super big hit for him. His debut album was entitled Dero Music, which went on to become his name later in his later on within his career. Mm-hmm. But Duro, from his own words, said that after he started making money, because he wasn't in like a deal with a label, he received 100% of his proceeds.
Yeah.
So when you're making that kind of money, he was like, he decided to get off of the road, decided to, you know what I mean, reassess his life, what he wanted to do after music, which is a thing, you know what I mean? Everybody's not into it to do it for the rest of their lives. Some people want to do it, fulfill a need, and then go on with the next stage.
I respect that.
Yeah, me too. I think this life is long. But to go from there, weirdly enough, I believe in 2016, after he had left the game, came back, dropped some music. I think he dropped a song with Boosie that did some numbers. I think it was called Beat Up the Block. Beat Up the Block. This was like 2014. That was when all the artists, I think, were trying to make songs for like NFL teams and shit like that. Like trying to make songs for them to support.
For the game and shit.
Yeah. And from that, in 2016, he actually inked a deal with the Dallas Cowboys, with a partnership with them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he was doing some shit with them for a little while. I'm unsure if he's still doing it to this day.
Right, but he touched on that
yeah,
too.
that was big, because the only other artist that I've known, I believe Drake with Toronto, fucking 2 Chainz had something with the Hawks at one time.
Okay.
I think Chance the Rapper as well had something. So those 3 are, you know what I mean, way bigger artists than Duro.
Right, exactly.
And Duro has something with the Dallas Cowboys, which is like a fucking staple team in America. So that's big shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for him to go from there.
This is a really good one, because I remember listening to Duro outside of like Ice Cream Paint Job, just kind of researching and seeing what else he had.
Right.
And there were a few other songs that I liked as well.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of forgot. So to hear these things and to hear like that he's been doing well.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think 2021, so last year, he dropped a song with Sauce Walka. So any of the people who are not familiar with Sauce Walka, another super dope artist from Texas. And it was just dope to see him messing with the younger crowd. Even though he just came out in like 2009, I don't think Sauce Walka came out that many years after him. But Sauce Walka has become more of like, he has more of a cult following, I would say, than a Duro. So Duro doing a song with him was kind of like a plus for, you know what I mean, Duro at that time. But so yeah, I was listening to the song with him and Sauce Walka, and Sauce Walka tore him up, man. I get he wanted to get on the song with the younger dudes, but I appreciate him still making stuff. That's the thing. Don't let the creativity die. And if he's still with the Dallas Cowboys, shit, I don't know. You gotta make a song to make you nigga win some more games. They ain't been to. Did they go to the playoffs this year? I don't even think them niggas went to the playoffs. So yeah, do better. Outside of that, Duro, what can I say, man? I think he was a victim of just the times changing and the sounds changing. I don't know if he was able to like adapt, and you can say that about a lot of different artists, but I don't think his sound is willing to adapt, because he's more of an older Texas, a slower,
it's
you
just
know
not
what I mean, swing.
of the times,
yeah. And I don't know if he can, or he would even want to keep up with these kids, because they on a faster bop, different shit.
Stuff.
You talking about shooting niggas all day. Niggas don't want to do that. But shout out to Duro, man. Keep doing your thing out there.
Okay, that was good. I was happy to learn about Duro. And so if you guys remember him, go ahead and like the video just for that fact. But moving on to my portion of our What Happened To, it's going to be a little short because you guys know this guy very well, and that is LaLloyd. Okay? What happened to LaLloyd, man?
LaLloyd, not LaLloyd.
You know?
Don't do him like that.
LaLloyd. So he is from Louisiana, New Orleans, as many of you may know. But one thing you may not know is that he actually started off in like a teen group called In Tune.
Yes.
Okay.
I did know.
Oh, wow.
I used to love Intune.
Oh, wow.
My sister had the Intune CD.
No, I wasn't expecting.
I used to sing that shit to bitches back in the day. Yeah. In elementary school, I'd be in the neighborhood singing it to girls in my neighborhood.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, he was in Intune. So yeah, he was in Intune, and that was around 2003 when they kind of departed, and then in 2004 he kind of did his solo thing where he came out with, I think, Southside first. But then we all...
Damn, it was that close?
Yeah.
They sound so much younger.
I know, but it literally, was kind of like right after the other, almost when doing the research seemed like he was already in talks of having a deal with Irv Gotti before the whole Intune thing dissolved.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened that way.
That happens.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened that way. So, all the more reason why I guess Irv Gotti was a little offended when Lloyd went the Cash Money way, or like with Lil Wayne and started doing that whole thing. Because I remember seeing the interview Irv Gotti talking about that and saying some pretty unsavory things about Lloyd because of it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. After he released Southside, Lloyd had a few albums. The ladies loved him, you know what I'm saying? I think that he was one of those people who just like wasn't super mainstream, but he had good enough features. He had the look.
Hits.
Yeah, he had the look, and Lloyd is actually talented. His voice is a distinctive voice. When you hear Lloyd, you know it's him. You don't even have to know he coming out with a song, but if you hear a song, you're gonna be like, is that Lloyd? Because that's something that I think is important for a solo artist to have, which is a distinctive voice. And on top of that, the songs are good.
Him and Wale, Sabotage. I can't listen to it all the time, but when you go back, like his voice on that shit is like phenomenal. That's always crazy.
Yes. And so, Lloyd has kind of been off the scene lately, and I just wanted to kind of let everybody know what he's been up to, because I was wondering. Now, when you go look on Apple Music, his last single was in like October of 21 or something like that.
Okay.
And it's called All I Need. When you go look at his Instagram, in the bio, he has another single called Slow Wine Bassline. It's actually featuring Teddy Riley, and it's when I went to listen to the song, I thought it was going to have somewhat of like an island vibe or something like that, just because of the title. It's not, but it's a good song. You know what I'm saying? I think that people who like Lloyd will definitely like the song.
That's good.
And I told y'all this is going to be short. Just to wrap it up about Lloyd, he in the meantime has been doing shows. He did the Lovers and Friends festival in Las Vegas that was recently been posted about.
Right.
He also has been doing other shows. His next show is actually this month, at the end of the month, in Dallas. He's done a show recently where they had other R&B people like Jay Holiday, Bobby Valentino. I'm missing a few of them, but that's the type of things that he's been doing, like shows, and he's still been releasing singles and quietly. So that's what's up with Lloyd, you guys. Did you know that? Have you kind of forgotten about it? Have you heard his new song?
And do you know if it was 5'2" or 5'2"?
You guys, we're not doing this.
We need to know.
We're not doing this.
We need to know.
Y'all know that man not saying 5'2". Y'all know that.
She's 5'2".
Y'all know he's not saying that. And we're not going to do that.
I got a fire line about that. We're
not going to do that. Because he did not say 5'2". And that's that or that.
The Diddy thing, we don't really have to go in depth.
We don't have to go in depth, but I got some stuff to say.
Okay.
All right, you guys, we are coming towards the end, but there's just a little more BS that I got to talk to y'all about before we end this show today. Literally. All right? Yeah, it literally is. I'm just going to rattle it off quickly because, we press for time right now. You're going to be able to tell. So, the first thing is, I know y'all heard about the Migos. Yes, they said that Offset unfollowed Quavo and Takeoff, and that Takeoff and Quavo have a new name called Unconfused, and now they're about to come out. So I don't really know why this has happened. It hasn't really come out yet. It will.
Right? It feels so high school,
Yeah, I don't really know why, but I did. Right. I did look at some videos that really didn't give me too much more information, but somebody's opinion was interesting, and when they were just saying, like, you know, when Offset was in and out of jail, the Migos held it down, and Quavo didn't complain, and then when Takeoff wasn't on Bad and Bougie right after Offset got out of jail, and, you know, he didn't complain, and now it's like, so that was an interesting point of view. I just wanted to mention that. We're going to mention this again when more detail come out. We're going to move on to some more BS. So you guys, if you follow, you know, the Shade Room or any of these things, any of these blogs, you have seen what's been going on with Miami and Diddy and stuff like that. So the interesting thing is, at first it kind of seemed like Miami was trying to hide the fact that she and Diddy were a thing. Right. But as soon as Gina Huyen comes out and posts a video of her referring to Diddy as her baby daddy at the awards that he recently hosted, that's when Miami's all fine now with letting people know that she's messing with Diddy.
Yeah, that was funny as hell.
It is funny for a few things, because like, you were willing to blow your cover over Gina, and it's kind of crazy because, you know, Miami was saying that the girl just wants some attention. She just wants some attention, just and that. And it's like, I kind of believe.
But you gave it to her.
Yeah, but I kind of believe that too. And you gave it to her, but it's like, I kind of feel like she shouldn't have responded at all, because I feel like Miami kind of knows that Gina is not necessarily a threat towards her, because I know you guys probably don't know, but Gina and Diddy have been messing around for years. And the interesting thing about them messing around together is that a few years ago, Gina went on Tasha K's platform interviewing about Diddy, telling people how he was physically, mentally, verbally, emotionally abusive to her. You can go on Tasha K and look at that interview. I think it's like in maybe 1 to 3 parts. It's like more than one part, but
oh damn.
And it's an interview. It's not a voiceover. She's in the studio there. It's Gina. That's her. You know what I'm saying? So she was talking all that about Diddy, which I believe. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? But then now you're back with him, number one, and you're going back and forth with another woman about him. This is why he don't respect you. You know what I'm saying? He sat there and told you that you were ugly because you had bumps on your face, and he don't date girls with bumps on your face. He done hit you upside the head for telling Meek Mill happy birthday and shit like that. And now you back. Those are what she said. She said she simply told Meek Mill happy birthday, and this man Diddy blow his top.
I mean, Diddy be peeing on people, doing all kind of shit, so you don't know.
Hey, I heard that, you know, the mansion parties be getting a little freaky now, allegedly.
I heard that's
what other
Drake
celebrities be saying.
Yeah,
I heard some weird stuff like that a few years ago, but I don't know. I don't be knowing, like.
And him and J. Cole almost fought. So yeah, I know Diddy be with the shit.
I also read Corinne Steffens' book when it first came out. First of all, I was kind of young when that book came out.
You were super young.
But I read it.
I'm like, hold on.
I read Corinne Steffens' book when it came out, and she was talking about Diddy in there, and she was saying that her time with Diddy, like, he used to like to take her to gay clubs. You know what I'm saying? Like, Diddy used to like to frequent gay clubs every now and then. Now, she ain't say he was gay. She said that from time to time, when they would meet up places and have some fun and stuff like that, they would be in the gay club. Diddy would get drunk and say some suggestive things. So the rumors about Diddy like liking men and stuff like that absolutely has fuel. Y'all, Corinne Steffens' book is good. and it's so old. It's so old. And I do think she came out with 2. I didn't read the second one. The first one is just so goddamn entertaining. But that's what she said about Diddy. That's not the first or last time somebody has said something like that about. I think he's just a freaky dude.
Yeah. I mean, his name is Love. That nigga just loves love.
He don't love to pay his artists, though, and I'm going to need him to learn to love to do that, damn it. How much love do you have inside of you when Mace is still angry about some shit you ain't give him? And Mace was the man back in the day. We know he deserved to be rich like you. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Diddy got a lot going on. Diddy is a legend, too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He has not left a bad taste in my mouth like other legends like T.I. and Kanye.
You was popping in the 90s, and you got girls that are popping in the 2020s arguing about you.
For real. On
new platforms that did not exist.
They could date your son. They dating you.
In fact, some of the bitches that dated your son dated you too. So you pop? I mean, we can never take that from Diddy.
Yeah. I mean, he's, you know... Listen, as long as you got women who are willing to let the public know that they both are messing with you, we're not going to stop. What are you going to do?
Because that was funny. Young Miami, you kind of went out You kinda went out.
It's interesting.
Sad.
It's an interesting decision to
like,
come out and talk about
and
Gina.
Keep messing with your man. Da, da, da. And it's like, but y'all are both
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the world of city girl, a second undercover lady type stuff, Miami would be the one on top because, like I said, Gina has been around for a long time, and Diddy keeps getting other girls on her, parading, them around, and like kind of hasn't really done that with Gina. And so in that realm, in that vibration, with that type of person, Miami would be the one on top. But to others, myself maybe, I think y'all both foolish.
You're all winners.
You're both too beautiful to deal with that. Get on Cassie's type of energy.
Facts.
Like
baby, man.
do the Cassie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Find somebody else who's rich up in his camp and just go live your life together, bro. Like
Cassie was bad.
But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to throw that in there. I hope you liked today's show. I enjoyed filming it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I have fun. You know what I mean?
And so let us know what you think, again, about the Latto Rennie comparison. Let us know what you think about artists that will be around later on that are here now.
Y'all think Kodak gonna be around?
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
He better not catch no more shots, man. He gotta chill out.
Yeah.
If Kodak chill out, I think he can be around another time.
If he chills. And you guys, go on Tasha K and look at that interview with Gina, man. Yeah. That girl who's going back and forth with Miami, this is the same girl speaking in those Tasha K interviews, so you can see what I'm talking about, and you can just see how even more interesting the situation is. So yeah, man, give us a like, a comment, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, dig.
Okay, my name is Wildflower of UGS Music.
It is your boy Kid Poetry. If you ain't know, it's me.
And this is He Shit.
He shed and she shed.
This is He Shed, She Shed.
Yeah, bitch.